Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cosplay Bites, the show about cosplay, conventions, all the nerdy bits and bytes about content creation, and everything else that comes with it. I'm very happy to have with you a brand new episode. With me, I have the intoxicating Starner Cosplay.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, that was the only thing I came up with because girl, some of your selfies you post on Twitter, like Jesus, like I mean, I mean this with all respect, but girl, what that tongue do?
Is that what I'm known for? My Twitter? My
I don't
Twitter,
know.
my
Like,
tongue.
yeah, your tongue. Sure, that's what I've seen recently. I don't know.
Oh my god. I'm actually not a cosplayer. I'm actually a tongue model, if you didn't know.
Oh, okay. The truth comes out. Well, that's it for the episode.
Oh my god.
No. Actually, I must have interacted with you at some point because I actually I don't know if you maybe remember this, maybe, but um, I used to run a like cosplay centered blog. Um, called The Lightning Palace, and I did a feature on your Supergirl cosplay
Oh, I do.
about 2 years ago, almost.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, that's me. Hi.
Hi. Okay. I remember sharing that on Twitter, on my other Twitter account.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Nice to
I
officially meet you.
yeah, nice to officially meet you. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. I kind of just fell off it because of when COVID happened.
hmm
It was just I stopped in 2021 because I was just like I had no desire to like go fish around for new cosplays to like fangirl over, and it's just the pandemic was still going on,
hmm
and no one's going to cons or no one's making new outfits, so it's like it made my job a lot harder. So I was just like, I'll just focus all my efforts on this podcast and see where it goes.
Honestly, writing takes a lot of work, and I don't think people realize that. So
It
even
does,
that article, yeah.
yeah. Uh oh god, what was that? If you hear me, well, no, if you hear me freak out, maybe I'll show you later after the episode's over. But I got cats. Um,
Aw,
long story short, I got one cat. My best friend let me have this one cat from her friend, and then unbeknownst to me and her, the thing was pregnant,
oh
and it
no.
it gave birth to five.
Did you keep all of them?
No, God, no.
I don't know if you're
we
like the
gave
crazy cat dad.
we gave away four of them, and I was just like, I have to keep one. I just can't. And so, yeah, he just had his first official vet appointment, and
Aw,
now he's gonna get his balls cut off next Monday.
I love that. I love that for him. I wish him luck in his journey. Oh my god.
Yeah, the mom's name is Tifa,
Love that.
and the the kitten's name was originally Kyrie,
Aw.
but then it was a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to go with Riku because I grew too attached to the first name, and then I thought, well, Kai shortened works for I think either gender, so
That's
that
really
stuck.
cute.
Yeah,
Aw, congratulations on your
yay!
surprise fatherhood.
Yeah, I'm a cat grandpa now. Who
I
knew?
love that.
That's the joke that me and my friend had where because Tifa's only like barely a year old, and this was her second litter.
Oh,
So
wow.
the joke of we brought her in from work in the corner, and now she lived the dignified house life like the queen that she is. It's like, yeah,
Oh my
that's what it
god.
is. Um, all right, well, with that cat story out of the way, so I guess this would be a almost typical super in-depth interview, along with potentially any other. Well, we'll get to the other topics, but in any case, I leave the floor to you. How'd you get into cosplay, nerd stuff, and all that fun things? Whatever. Oh my god,
Nerd things.
nerd things. Yeah, that's what I say.
I got into nerd things back. I think 2008 is when I started watching anime for the first time.
Okay.
And I remember watching Naruto when I was in like fifth grade, and I didn't understand it. I saw
Oh.
Itachi. I thought Itachi was a woman from the Mist Village.
Okay. All right.
You know, I was a kid. And so I bought a Mist Village headband in 5th grade and I ran around the playground like Naruto thinking I was Itachi.
Oh, who
So,
didn't?
or honestly.
Who didn't?
And so then I met my friend, um, who I think I met her 4th or 5th grade. And she just opened the world of anime to me. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. And she's like, did you know that you can dress up like these characters and go to conventions? I was like, are you kidding me? Like, that is the coolest thing I've ever heard. So 2009, I went to my very first convention. I think it was AWA or MomoCon. It was one of them. And I dressed up like Maka from Soul Eater because I fell in love with her. And so I bought this like $130 costume online with my, you know, money that I saved up doing chores. And I think like birthday money and whatever else I had.
Mm.
And so I bought this really expensive costume because I didn't know how to sew. I was a kid. I didn't wear a wig because I didn't know what wigs were. And
Okay. Yep. That happened.
I chopped my bangs off literally to cosplay Maka. My dad helped me build the scythe. And I bought shoes from Goodwill because I already spent all my money on this really expensive costume.
Yeah.
And I remember this like it was yesterday. I walk into this convention. I'm freaking out because I've never been to anything like this in my whole life. I'm
Yeah.
coming as a kid that was bullied for liking anime and being a nerd. Granted, I ran around the playground like Naruto, so maybe I deserved it. But
Maybe you had it coming.
yeah, maybe I had it coming. But
Oh
I remember walking in and it was like, I don't know, like the room just stopped and it was like, oh my God, Maka from Soul Eater, Maka. And then I'm meeting people that are cosplaying from the same anime. And I just remember having goosebumps. Like that was like the coolest feeling, just
oh God.
immediately feeling welcomed and
It
like
still is, honestly.
it
Like
is.
when
I
you
mean,
cosplay as someone and then you just find a random person and you're just like, oh my God, same thing. Oh my God.
it's crazy. It is like the coolest thing because like personally, I don't look like a nerd. Now I do because I dyed my hair, but
Okay.
I used to look like a basic white girl. Sorry. And
Whoa.
so people would look at me and they would not know who I was or like whatever. So the point I'm trying to make is you never really could tell who an anime person was and or
No.
who was an anime, but you go to a con and like immediately make friends. And that's the coolest thing. Sorry, I thought someone was knocking on my door. It's just the dog.
Okay.
But that was the coolest thing is just like immediately making friends, immediately making those groups, having something to talk over, you know, just really, really fun. And then I never stopped since. And so I started in 2009 as Maka.
Okay. Wow.
I know.
So yeah. No, that's actually really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean my my story kind of hinges on being oh fuck it like horny slash obsessed back in 20 well no this was around the same time frame like
Okay.
2008 2009 when Jessica Negri was starting to blow up
Right.
and it came to a point where it was when she won the Lollipop Chainsaw competition to become like the face for the game when it came out. And so that led to, I guess, like a convention tour deal. And it just so happened that PAX East in Boston was one of those cons. And that ended up being the very first con that I went to because I
Oh,
solely
wow.
went to go meet her. And she kind of already knew who I was because we would like interact online. And like I was weirdly getting like shout outs from some of her early YouTube videos and all that. And yeah. So
That's really cool.
that's how I got my start. And I dressed up as I mean, it's about as poorly made as the first cosplay could possibly get with like hot glue gun galore of I did the new 52 red emblem version of Nightwing from DC Comics because he's my all time favorite character, and yeah, and I've stopped cosplaying honestly, but like I've just never stopped going to cons since.
It's because you didn't have the chore money. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, so
I
we started around the same time then.
yeah.
That's really cool.
Wait, what you were in what grade in 2009?
It was like 5th or 6th grade, I think.
5th or 6th grade. Holy shit. I was
Yeah.
in okay. All right. There's the age difference. I mean,
Yep.
I was starting out in college. Being around 2012
Oh,
when I
yeah.
went. Um oh my god.
That's so funny. I'm
Man, this
24
cough.
now. So if that,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm 30. And this coffee is really making me go wild today. Okay.
There you
Wow.
go. I'm
There
drinking
I go.
water mainly
Okay.
because I already had 2 cups of cold brew. So
Oh yeah, this is cup number 3 because I had to pick up my groceries. I ran out of creamer because I only take my coffee with cream because I don't know. I just that
same.
yeah.
If you drink black coffee, I don't trust you.
I've tried. It does not taste good. And
No,
like
it doesn't.
if I get a whiff of sugar on accident from like a Dunkin' order, I'm just like yeah. So I guess that actually kind of translates pretty well because I was like, just scrolling through your Instagram trying to pick out outfits of yours that I really liked that I think I'd love for you to talk about. And it does match up that your first con or first cosplay was anime related, that most of your cosplays since then were a lot of anime based.
Yeah.
And also a little bit of gaming here and there and a lot of I was surprised and happy to see like a lot of comic book cosplays. I mean, of course, I wrote that feature on your Supergirl a couple years back. So let's see here. Starting off, Tiny Tina.
Yes.
That was dope.
Thank you.
Which so this was her. Is it the Wonderland incarnation of her, or was it Borderlands 3? I I'm like blanking.
No, you're okay. The very first one that I did was the Borderlands 3 cosplay.
Okay.
And that one was kind of my start to what's it called? I guess the Borderlands costumes because I did Athena after.
Ah.
So it was first Borderlands 3, and then I did her costume from. Oh no, I am mixing them up. Wow, good morning. Maybe I need coffee. No, I did Borderlands 2 Tiny Tina first. That's what it was. And that was kind of like when I started to get more followers because of that. She was kind of my first cosplay that was like really, what's the term? It was like one of my most difficult things that I've ever done.
Sure.
The first one that I did from Borderlands 2 was not there wasn't a lot of armor to it, but it was, shell shading. The entire thing was handmade. I sewed it from scratch. It took me, I want to say a month. And, it's pretty much my first cosplay completely sewn. And I did a few competitions with her. I didn't really win anything with it, mainly because my craftsmanship wasn't that great back then. So it looks really good, but if you like lift the skirt up, there's pockets.
There's a horror show.
But it's not actually pockets, it's just holes.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't know how to use the pattern, so I cut pockets out and then I didn't know what to do with the pockets. So they're just holes. So I would wear like bunny boxers under it. So in case like I don't know, whatever. But I had one costume contest where I was standing there and they come up and they're like really looking at the costume and I'm like, oh no. And this one lady goes to lift the skirt up and I'm like, no. And she like lifted because there's pants under it. So it's not that weird, but she was trying to like look at the craftsmanship.
Look at the fabric. Yeah, see how you did. Yeah. And there's a hole.
It's just a hole. So I can't really complain too much. And then that translated to Borderlands 3, which this would have been my third Borderlands costume. I told myself, never again. I'm never going to do a Borderlands costume because there's so much. Like, you think you're done, and then you look at they have like character
Model,
breakdowns.
yeah,
Yeah,
model reference sheets. Yeah.
exactly. So I'm like thinking I'm done, and then I'm like, shit, there's a bracelet. Oh my god, no, there's a little thing here or there. So when I
Yeah.
saw her costume in 3, I was like, dang it, I really like how that looks. And then I made it. So that one took about 3 months, I think, because there's armor to it. There was a lot of little detail to it.
Yeah. I'm
So,
looking at it right now. Yeah.
yep. So that one took forever, but it's definitely worth it. And I love her. I mean, she's so fun, so crazy, very challenging costume to do, but I really enjoyed it, and it really was the thing that started to grow my Instagram. And a lot of people kind of know me from Tina back in, I don't know when I cosplayed her, 2013 for the first time or 2012.
Okay.
So that kind of jump started that. And so if you ask people like, oh, what's the first costume you saw, Starner as, it's usually Tiny Tina.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just I'm just like scrolling.
Okay.
No, I'm
Just stay on the
scrolling.
Twitter.
No. I'm scrolling through your Instagram and just like, and I'm like, I mean, it's like what I mentioned at the start is like, okay, well, tongue action here, tongue action there. Good freaking lord.
Also, to be fair, I deleted like all of my Instagram photos in like 2015, I think, and I started over.
How come?
So, I don't know. I was in like a really bad relationship, and I felt like I
Oh
needed a fresh
no.
start. And so in my teenage head brain, I was like, I'm gonna delete all my photos on Instagram, and that's how I'm gonna heal. Did that work? No.
Oh no.
But
Oh
I mean
no.
it was good because I feel like I needed to rebrand anyway. And
Sure.
so it is what it
Okay.
is. But a lot of what you see is not like the OG Starner Cosplay Instagram.
I'm feeling like because I'm like scrolling down. It's just like, why do I feel like there must have been more? So you're probably right.
Yeah, there was a lot of like
Um,
panty and stocking stuff. There was a lot of Tina stuff, and then most of it was deleted. I reposted a lot of it, but there's still some things that got lost in
yeah,
time.
yeah. I've got you. Yeah, I'm seeing a Supergirl pop up every now and then. What I'm going to assume is Lingerie Lenore from Castlevania,
You
the
got
anime.
it.
Yep. Yeah, I'm smart. I know my stuff. Okay. So in regards to the, I guess the Tiny Tina with the armor build. I mean, even though you said that, you think you're done, then you zoom in like closer and just like, oh crap, there's this thing, there's that thing. If you had to pick, because I mean, the armor work looks great. Like I love how you did the cell shading on your face, like all that effects.
Thank you.
So I'm curious, like, what was your favorite part or aspect of that outfit when you were like making it? Like, what was the favorite thing like you made for that Tiny Tina?
Ooh. If I'm going with practical answer, I would say the wig, because that was kind of my first wig that I was really proud of styling.
Okay.
It was kind of before getting into, I don't know, properly styling a wig. So I was really proud of it. I had to hand paint it, really excited for it. But if I'm being really honest, the little tiny bunny stuffed animal, I was so excited about making.
Oh, you
And
made
it's,
that from scratch? Holy shit! Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So that thing was made from white fabric, craft foam, paint, and love and tears.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was really cute. I think it sat in the back of the costume belt if I remember correctly. But I like
Uh,
kind of the side, but I held it for
on the
some
side.
pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was there, and it was really
It was.
cute.
Yeah. Cool. So I guess would you say that like looking through like your whole cosplay, I'll call it your cosplay portfolio on Instagram. Do you typically what's the word I'm looking for? More attracted to making anime cosplays more than like comic books or gaming cosplays?
So it's a good question. And um because when I was younger, it used to be all about the anime cosplays. I started out with Maka, I did Misa Mane from Death Note, I did Boxer from Panty and Stocking, I did Panty, I did Sebastian, I did all of these anime costumes. When I started to get older into high school, it kind of transitioned more into the comic book side of things and video game side of things.
Okay.
And now that I'm even older, it's kind of been a good mixture of everything.
Okay.
So back in anime, which I had kind of slowed down with in high school, there wasn't really a particular reason, but I don't know, nothing really excited me in anime at that point. Um, I think what kind of got me back into it was Danganronpa. I thought
Okay.
the art was so cool. I thought the characters were so cool, and I was like, I need to cosplay this like right now.
Oh yeah.
And so that kind of got me back into cosplaying anime, and so I think now it's been kind of a good mixture of all three of them. But there was definitely a pause between what I cosplayed. So really now it just
Yeah.
depends on what excites me and the character design and if I'm motivated to do it,
Yeah.
really.
I mean, honestly, those things should be like a defining factor in choosing an outfit
Right.
and like character cosplay. Yeah. God damn, that Junko wig is insane.
That took me 12 hours.
Oh my god.
That was the hardest wig I've ever done.
Oh god.
My
I
back
can't.
hurt.
My.
It did. I was
I
in so
bet.
much pain.
Oh no.
Uh, 12 hours of pain, and it hurts to wear.
Yeah.
If I wear it longer than 2 hours, my neck is done.
Have you ever brought your Junko to a con?
I have.
And did you wear it for more than 2 hours, or did you
I
actually stop and change?
I did. So I did the photo shoot first.
Okay.
Then I wore her to VillyCon, which I guessed it at. And
Ooh.
I knew that um it was going to be painful. So I brought another costume to change into, but it was getting a lot of pictures, it was getting a lot of looks. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear it for 4 hours. So I wore it for 4 hours. I went to the bathroom to go change into the Countess, and I guess I wasn't moving my shoulders because it was so heavy. So I
Oh
went to like
no.
stretch my shoulders, and oh my god, it was so painful. I was
Mistakes
like,
were
what have
made.
I done? Yes.
What have I done? Oh no.
Was it worth it? I don't know.
I
But
don't. Oh no. Oh god.
but I've learned. I've learned from my mistakes.
You.
It has to be a short thing that I wear. It's
Yeah.
also 4 ponytails, so I don't know what I was expecting.
Oh god. Props to you, because I mean, you
You
you you've sewn your cosplays. Like that is one medium I will never ever touch. Even when I was cosplaying, like I was just like trying to just like buy stuff off the internet and like buy wigs. I think I commissioned one wig to get styled for one of my cosplays. I cosplayed as Ring a Bell from Bravely Default.
Oh wow.
It was a fun game, and so that was funny. Where do you know Bravely Default?
I have never played it, but I have seen the art from it.
All right, so you know like the concept of how like you can change jobs and like all the characters get different outfits.
Right.
So the very few people knew who I was because I
Mm.
did ring a bell in the performer job, which is basically he looks like fucking Elvis.
Oh
So
my god.
like I think one person I met who became my friend like at one con was just like she knew who Ring a Bell was. Like, you're the only person who knows who I am.
Oh my
Everyone thinks I'm just a
god.
blonde haired Elvis. Oh my
That's so
god.
funny. That sucks when you go to a con and like you're so excited and nobody knows who you are. That is the worst. Like if it's so
It
obscure that it's just like
yeah. I mean my profile pic you see here is casual the casual skin for Prompto from Final Fantasy 15.
mm,
Um that wig I had help from a friend to style up, or maybe I bought it. I don't remember. Um, actual working Polaroid camera. So that was a nice little fun
Oh,
prop.
that's cute.
Yeah. Then it broke. So
Oh,
I have a brand new one, but I've never. I gotta. You always, even as many times as you, I triple check or double check like things before you go to a con. Something happens where I brought the Polaroid camera, but what did I forget to do? Charge the freaking battery, and I did not have the charger with me, so I couldn't make any memories with
you
my
know,
Polaroid
it's
camera.
so funny that you say that. I have actual nightmares about forgetting things at cons or like
Oh my
forgetting
god.
to like wear something or bring something. Like it's always in the back of my head, and I have had so many nightmares
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. It's just so like now, like I'm legit staring at the Polaroid, the battery for the camera. It is just in the charger, but it's not plugged in. So I just know that like if I have a con coming up, the next time I go to one, I'm gonna plug it in, take it with me, and then probably plug it back into the hotel when it's done for like the first day or whatever. So it's staring at me on my desk. So this one I'll never ever forget. Hopefully I won't. Fingers crossed. No God.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
The fear is there, so you'll remember next time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Um. Let's see. Looking at my notes. So I guess you like Harley Quinn
I'd say just a little bit.
a little bit. I mean, just is she is she your favorite? Okay, so let me back up. Are you? It sounds like I mean, just scrolling through your Instagram, it sounds like you're more of a DC girl than a Marvel girl.
That would be true, but it's also kind of like music taste and how it kind of depends on my mood. Um,
Oh,
because DC is very dark. It has humor to it, but it's I don't know, more of like a more serious kind of comic and more serious kind of movies. And then you go to Marvel and it's silly, goofy, light, airy, and they have some serious topics, but it's not as dark. And there's just different aesthetics to both of them. They're both very different. And so it
mm,
depends on the mood that I'm in. But I would say that I usually lean more towards DC, but I still love Marvel movies. I still love the Marvel comics, and I also still love the characters. But
oh yeah,
definitely DC leaning, I'd say.
yeah. I mean, same here. I mean, I got like Nightwing's the only comic I follow at this point in time because I used to follow a bunch, but that was before when comics were cheap. Now they're not.
Right.
um, because like this current run of Nightwing is just like freaking fantastic, and I'm just like over the moon about it. I'm like even to a point where I have Nightwing symbol like tattooed on my forearm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
I'll have to show you it afterwards. So okay, so back to Harley. I'm just scrolling through like, I mean, you got the traditional, almost. I want to say like her psychiatrist look,
Yep.
like office
Harleen
look.
Quinzel.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then like other sultry looks that you did with I'm going to assume it's one of your friends is Poison Ivy.
Yes.
So sure, I guess what about Harley just attracts you to her?
So going back to how dark DC is, Harley is like the light of DC. I mean, she's evil, she's wicked, but at the same time, she's such a funny personality. And I think also her backstory is really interesting to me because, you'll have people that have trauma and they have whatever, and then they become a villain. But I mean, Harley just like fell in love and she had a hard childhood and she tried to be normal and then she just broke. And something about that is so like interesting to me. It's sad, obviously, but it's just so
Yeah.
interesting. And the what's so inspiring to me too, spoilers to people that don't know, sorry. What's so inspiring is that she goes through this traumatic relationship with Joker. She does everything in her power to do whatever needs to be done for him. And then she starts to realize that, oh, maybe Joker's not good for me, and is able to
Yeah.
break out of that relationship. I mean, they go back and forth, but also spoiler, sorry, she ends up killing him. And I think there's just something so traumatic yet beautiful about her story and her, she helps Batman at some point, she helps Nightwing at some point. She's just kind of this like perfect anti-hero, if you will, and just
Sure.
so much character development. I mean, just like out of any of the characters in DC, like her character development is insane to me. And not to mention she has really cute outfits.
Yeah.
And she's also canonically, am I saying that right?
Canonically.
Canonically Jewish, and I'm Jewish. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that's like a fun little thing. I have this like cute little Hanukkah dress that I've worn to a con with her as. Um, so I don't know. I've just always loved her. I've always loved her art. I've loved her as a person. I love her voice, her stories. She just makes everything so great. Um, Lots of costumes I want to do as her. I just haven't unfortunately had the chance to. The one that I was supposed to do for this last Philly con ended up not fitting. I had a custom made
Yeah.
latex suit, sucked so bad because it was so cute and it just broke, but it's fine. So I'll eventually get there with more costumes of her because I do really love her. I also did a whole stream, it's on my YouTube actually, of a Passover Harley Quinn video, and I'm cooking latkes and I'm talking like Harley and I'm interacting as my chat is Harley. And
That's awesome.
it's so fun. It was such a
Yeah.
fun stream. It was such a fun stream.
Oh wow. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, so talk to me about, so what was the last con that you went to?
I technically went to a small con, I don't know, it was a couple months ago, but I was for like one day and it was for a couple hours. Somebody did recognize me, which was cool. I didn't think anybody would be there because it was kind of small, but the
Okay.
last actual convention I was at, I think, was VillyCon in January, which I also guested at for that one. I guested both years. So I think how many days did they do? I think they did 3 days. It was really hectic because I was just moving into my new place. So the day after I technically moved because there's still boxes everywhere. I literally went to this convention. My house is not unpacked.
Huh.
And but that was kind of the last one. I had a booth. I got to sell my prints. I judged the costume contest, so it was really fun. And yeah, I think that was the last con that I went to, honestly.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, what was the name of the con again? It was
VillyCon.
LilyCon?
Vil with a V, like villain. So it's a
VillyCon.
whole, yeah, it's
Okay.
a whole villain convention.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Where was that based?
Yeah, that was in Orlando. Which convention center? I think the DoubleTree, if I
Okay.
remember. They changed it this year.
Ah. Ah.
So we'll be coming back next year. There was a whole lot of drama with it. They
Oh
basically got
no.
sabotaged. Um,
What?
yeah, I don't know how much I can say because I don't know if they're
Okay.
taking legal action.
Oh no.
But
Okay.
yeah, the gist of it is basically like somebody posted the wrong address like on purpose. Like they were calling different hotels and like saying that it was canceled. And so whoever was promoting VillyCon was like, oh, the convention's canceled, or they would give the wrong address. And so I mean it was sabotaged at that point.
Oh my god.
So they weren't going to do it anymore. They shut it down, and they just recently posted on Instagram, I think 2 weeks ago, that they were coming back, and I'm so excited. And so I hope nothing but good things for this convention, and I hope nothing bad happens. Again, it's just wrong, and um,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. It still was a great convention regardless of all those things. But
Right. Well, I mean,
so
yes, because so you guessed it. So I guess tell me about how have you guessed it previously before VillyCon, or was that your
yeah,
or okay, so I
uh,
guess for you, what is it like being, I guess, invited as a cosplay guest for a convention?
it's so fun. um, I think the biggest thing is like when you go to a con, you don't really have a place to sit. So it is really nice like having kind of a home base to be at, and then not only having that home base, but your followers know where you are. They can come say hi. Um, and then you get to meet people, you know, because my prints will stop people and they'll start to talk with me and making those connections, and other vendors will come up. It's a really good way to market and meet people and hang out with people without, you know, having to text someone and be like, where are you? Or like, let's meet up somewhere. It's
Oh
just,
God, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh God, I feel that.
Yeah. So it's a really cool way to interact with people, and just it makes life so much easier. And every time I have guests, I've been the judge of the costume contest, or a judge of a costume, or a judge of a contest, I rather say.
On a judge panel, yeah.
Yeah. So that's always been really fun. And um, you know, just interacting with people. So I've always enjoyed it. I started guesting back in 2016, I think. The Geek Fest
Nice.
was my first convention that I guested at.
Okay. Cool. I mean, it's well deserved. I mean, your outfits
Thank
are
you.
insane, and you just produce and make good content.
Thank you. That really means a lot.
Yeah. Trying to think of what else. Okay, so you're based in Florida. So do you primarily stick towards like the East Coast for conventions, or like have you ever traveled out to the West Coast, or like what's like the far? I guess what's the farthest you've ever traveled for a convention?
So that would probably be Georgia. Um, I lived in Georgia up until 8th grade. So I would go
Okay.
to MomoCon AWA every single year. And
Okay.
then I moved to South Florida in 9th grade. So I was a South Florida cosplayer for, I think, 4 or 5 years. And so a lot of
Mm,
people know me from SuperCon or AWA, those kind of conventions. So
okay.
moving to Orlando was a little hard because I had to kind of start over.
Yeah.
And but in high school, we did used to travel a lot. So from South Florida, we would go to the Tampa conventions, we would go to the Orlando conventions, but mostly we would stick to South Florida. Moving Well, that's not true. I did do Hall Mat 1 year before I moved to Orlando, so that was a good kind of introduction to what I was getting myself into moving over here. And since then, I honestly haven't traveled. I was invited to Otaku Fest, which is in South Florida, I think 2 years ago. So I did travel for that. So I traveled back to South Florida. So that was really fun. But since then, I haven't been back. I was planning on going to South Florida this year for SuperCon. That didn't end up working out, but I do really, really want to travel. That is in the itinerary eventually to do
Yeah.
conventions. Don't know which ones yet, but Colossal Con looks really cool. Um, I think Comic Con's probably too big for me. I mean, it's just a huge crowded convention.
It.
But
Yeah. I
have
mean,
you been?
the one in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've officially stopped going due to various personal family reasons where
Mm,
essentially I don't really I do have other family in New York, but I don't know when I get to go back because it's just like the last time I went, it was just not fun. Primarily because I had such a hard time trying to meet up with friends because it's just like so freaking crowded.
right.
Internet's practically useless at the Javits Center, so like trying to text is a nightmare. And I've just been having way more fun at PAX East since I've been given opportunity to attend as a member of the media representing the podcast. So, like PAX East in Boston is like my main. I guess I'd call it my main home convention, even though technically that could be Rhode Island Comic Con since
Right.
that's where I am. Because I typically stay on the East Coast. I think the farthest I've ever traveled to was just wanted to make sure. Katsucon. I went there twice.
Oh, okay.
And that was an experience. That was a lot of fun.
I've heard that's a really fun convention.
Yeah. I mean, It's different now because I was essentially able to essentially lobbycon the convention, so I didn't actually have to get a badge. But now they changed that, so oops. Don't know when I'd be able to go back. It was fun, like rooming with a bunch of people and like making new friends and just having a lot of fun. In fact, like that, the Prompto photo that's in my profile picture that was taken at a CaptureCon.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I mean, as far as like, I'd love to go out for at least one con on the West Coast, see what it's like.
Yeah.
I don't know which one. I mean, even though I've heard, I mean, I guess I could say that maybe like San Diego would be like a bucket list con to just go to at least one, to like go to like the OG Comic Con.
That one scares me. I've seen the photos and I'm like, oh no.
I don't know if it's still.
crowded.
I don't know if it's still true, but New York is bigger.
Really?
It surpasses San Diego.
That's crazy.
I don't know if that's still true, but as far as I remember, it did at one point. It did surpass San Diego.
Are the tickets just as expensive in New York?
I mean, they're at least over $50.
Well, I knew that the one in San Diego was like $600 to go all weekend.
What?
Yeah.
$600 for a full weekend pass to San Diego Comic-Con?
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're like
No.
stupid expensive. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm looking up New York Comic-Con tickets.
San Diego Comic-Con tickets. Let's see. I could totally be off, but I feel like
well, I mean, so New York, like the VIP ticket is $500.
okay.
A 4-day ticket is $210.
Okay, that's
And then
not that bad.
Individual like days, they are all $65.
Okay, so that's like a normal.
That's normal
Convention.
600. You must have been looking at either a VIP or a 4-day ticket.
Not even a 4-day. I'm wrong. Oh, it says WonderCon. Is that what it's called now? WonderCon?
No, it's San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay, because this one says WonderCon. Why can't I find? Really? I don't know why it's so hard to find the pricing. Because the WonderCon one says $120 for a 3-day badge.
Prices for adult badges ranging from $69 nice for a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday badge, or $47 for a Sunday badge. All 4 badges could be purchased for $254 and combined into a 4. Okay, that's reasonable. That lines up. Okay. Well, maybe
no. Look, how much are San Diego Comic-Con tickets? Comic-Con single-day adult tickets will range around $360 to $550, depending on the popularity of the event being held on the selected day. Junior tickets are available on certain days only and are usually $400 to $500. 4-day passes are also available and generally range from $700 to $3,000. Getting a ticket to San Diego Comic-Con will cost you an average of $1,626.
What the hell am I looking at?
I don't know. This is a ticketsmarter.com/San Diego Comic-Con tickets.
Okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, this one says July 20th, 2023 to be announced, but it's estimating $1,400.
Oh, I'm looking at the same article. Wait, what? Why? Why would it cost so much?
Okay, I thought I was crazy. I'm not crazy. It's so expensive.
Jesus Christ.
Am I reading the wrong thing? I feel like that's
I don't know. Are we?
insane.
Like I'm seeing the article pop up on Google. It's like Ticket Smarter.
I knew because I remember looking it up one year.
Are they being no? These are like these have to be like sold via a third party. I don't understand. Like why?
I could be wrong. It might be a third party thing where like when they sell out, they just sell it for a lot more money. So I could totally be wrong on that.
Hang on, badge info. Wait, let me.
Oh, here's on the website. How much does it cost to attend San Diego Comic-Con? Ranging from $69 for Thursday, Friday, or Saturday badge for $47. Okay. So all 4 badges can be purchased for $254.
Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's on the actual website. So yeah, it's probably just because it's a third party.
That's bizarre. Scalpers. Damn it.
I know. Okay, so it's not as crazy.
Okay. So then is making, would you say that content creation, like, the range of everything that you do, is that your main source of income, or?
It's not. The goal is to move over to streaming and content creating full time. But for now, I actually work as a programmer at a software company.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what my parents wanted me to do, but I hated programming.
Yeah, programming's not for everyone, but
Yeah.
I ended up liking it a lot, and it's not what I want to do full time.
You know what? More power to you. At least you like it. More power to you. I'm a graphic
Yeah.
designer.
Also, power to you. Because I don't know. I tried like 3D modeling and stuff. It was not my thing.
I can't do 3D modeling. No. Let me just stick to Adobe and my own software that I use. I mean, I'd love to do podcasting full time or like make some income, but it is like I really don't know how to make that possible. Or just I don't know. I guess I just would love to work within the content creating space or like something related to like Comic-Con or like just conventions, because this is the like shit that makes me happy, you know?
It sucks because it takes time, and I feel like for the both of us, when this stuff was easier to get into, was not the time that I don't think you're doing the podcasting back when like Jessica Negro is getting big, were you?
Oh God, no. This thing has been I've been podcasting since 2018.
Right. Okay. So I feel like the algorithm for like Instagram, for example, and the other platforms is a lot easier back, let's say 2015. And then around 2018 is when everything got like screwed over.
Yeah, how you liking the whole screwing over social media stuff?
I hate it. Because I feel like I took like a 4-year break, and when I came back is when everything was bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm sorry, I know that like fucking Instagram is like pushing their stupid reels and video content, and like TikTok blows up, and it's just like I get like even now, like what I would do, like I don't know, maybe I'll clip the first 5 minutes. Like my primary TikTok is either videos of my cats or funny moments from recent episodes, but like I don't have the attention span to remember that and make a note. And it's like I look at all these TikToks and I'm like, I'm old. I don't have time to do this. It is so much work. I hate it here.
It's hard. It's not easy, especially when this is not your full-time job. It's so difficult.
Yeah. It's just, so you've got, well, here, let me pop open. Oh yeah, shoot, you got everything. Like you got your Patreon, you got, I assume, spicy sites.
Yep.
How's that been going?
It's been good. I started Patreon actually, I think 3 months after the pandemic started.
Okay.
So all of it's very recent. I just recently started Fansly. I want to open OnlyFans, but they denied me. And it wasn't the reason was because my picture of my license was blurry, and then I've just been too lazy to retake the picture. Well, because I have to take the picture with the license, and
oh yeah, like a selfie and whatnot.
Yeah, like that's so annoying.
No, I've quit over stuff from being lazy before. I wish I could remember what a recent thing was, but like, I mean, I guess you could say that like I refuse to do like elaborate TikTok videos because I don't have the time. I really don't.
It's totally valid. Like same.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that stuff's been good. They make it so that you can schedule things, which makes it easier for people like me that don't do this full time. So I don't know. I really enjoy it. It's kind of helped. I can't make a living off of it yet, but it helps pay for my future costumes. It's helped paid for my PC so that I can do, streaming and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely helped get me in the right direction.
Well,
So
that's really
I
great.
nothing
Yeah.
but thankful for it.
No,
And
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you do. I mean, you do really great stuff. You're really gorgeous. Like, I mean it. Like, oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Just trying to just scroll through your Dabby cosplay. Like, it must have been a lot of fun to do.
It really was. I was trying to think of who I wanted to cosplay for my hero.
Yeah.
And again, like I have to resonate with the character. I don't know if
Of course.
resonating with Dobby is good. But I really liked his character design and the makeup looked fun. It took forever.
I
Forever.
bet. I bet. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I didn't realize how heavy the staples were. So getting that on my face took hours.
Oh yeah. I bet.
And I did like the latex on there and it was a mess, but I really enjoyed it. The professional photos that you see, I didn't have time to style the wig, so I was a little disappointed on the final outcome of it, but I
Okay.
still enjoy how it turned out. It was a really fun photo shoot and I hope to improve him in the future because he is definitely a really fun character to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Well. I guess as we're looking at possibly wrapping this up, but just a couple more things that I'm trying to think of coming to my head. So what do you think? Okay, so first off, like, do you have any upcoming cosplays that I don't know you'd be willing to give me give me an
Oh, you want
exclusive
the inside inside
inside
scoop?
info, or another question could be like, do you have a particular like dream scenario cosplay that you'd love to make at some point, unless you already did, in which case, yeah.
So currently, I'm working on Roxy from Five Nights at Freddy's, and I actually was doing a stream styling the wig, so that one's not
Okay.
too secret. Sorry.
All right.
But I'm working on that. It's kind of the same style as Junko in the sense that I have to tease the ever living crap out of it.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh no.
it's gonna take me a couple hours. I've gotten the teasing part down. I just have to actually style it all now. So eventually we'll get there. The next one, which funny enough, we spoke about Jessica Negri. I just bought the fabric for Lollipop Chainsaw.
Yes.
So that is coming. I don't know how soon, but I have the fabric, so it will come eventually. Trying to think what else I'm working on that. Huh. Wow, I'm like zoning out on the things that I'm working on.
All right.
I don't know if this is kind of more of an obscure manga, but Pumpkin Night.
My silence says who?
Okay. So
Pumpkin Night.
yes, it's really good. And the English translation for it is really bad.
Oh.
It's fan translated because the actual translation hasn't come out yet. But it is such a gory manga. I don't know how to like put it in a good term.
Oh Jesus! I'm looking at like what I assume are like covers. Like, yeah,
Yeah, it's
looks
very
gory to
gory,
me. Yeah.
but with good taste because the main character, it's not really a spoiler because it's the whole plot of the manga, but she is basically this really, really pretty girl, and she is very bullied. And, you know, they say that she's weird and things like that, but it's probably more so because they're jealous. And so she's just kind of like an outcast, and one of the bullies kind of falls in love with her, and he's actually really nice to her. He doesn't really bully her, but he's friends with the bullies. And so what happens is they're doing prom, and she gets announced the pumpkin queen, I think is the term. And one of the bullies ended up putting explosives in the pumpkin head. So when she puts it on, her face gets melted. She still lives through it, but
Ugh.
her beautiful face is ruined. And so she comes back with a vendetta to kill anybody that's bad or anybody that's done her wrong or bad people in the world. So she's kind of this like anti-hero, and it's really gory, but it's like kind of well deserved at that point. They really did some awful things to her.
Oh
And
God,
so
yeah.
it's a really cool manga because, you know, it's horror, but at the same time you're like, get them, like they deserve it kind of thing. And
Yeah.
it's
No,
it's
I feel
really
that. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so gory, gross, but also like really cool and really interesting art. So I really like bloody costumes. Really, they're fun to work with. So I am excited to bring her to life and hopefully this Halloween. So trying
Oh
to do a
yeah, that'd be
video of it.
perfect.
So
Yeah,
that'll be
that'd be.
really fun.
Ooh, yeah. Oh wow, that'd be perfect for Halloween.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm very excited. So hopefully I can get it done in time. But that's the goal.
Okay. I'm sure you got this.
Thank you.
I'm sure. Um. So then, what would you say? Like throughout the whole like cosplay process of like making an outfit, like constructing pieces, possibly designing things to your liking. What would you say is like your favorite part of the whole hobby?
Probably bringing it to life. I think, you know, because when you're actually working on the costume, any cosplayer will tell you, I'm sure you know as well, like going through actually creating the costume and styling it is so brutal.
Mm.
There's some parts to it that are fun. Like I got to watch 130 episodes of One Piece while I was making Nico Robin. So
Mm.
my hands were hurting sewing that costume, but I had to like hand stitch all of the fur into the coat. But
Ooh,
after all of
okay.
that hard work and like pain and whatever, like actually seeing the finished product, I think is the most rewarding thing. And then actually wearing it to a con, getting that recognition, getting to meet people that are part of that fandom or know who you are, that is the coolest part, I feel like. And I feel like it's why people cosplay is to make friends and to just become the character. So I
Yeah,
think that's the most rewarding part of it all is the finished product. And also because cosplay is hard.
it is. No,
It
it is.
is.
It is. You can easily sink a lot of money into it if you're not careful.
It's true. And recently, honestly, I've been buying a lot of my costumes because I don't have time to do 3-month builds. I
No,
did,
no, I don't blame you.
yeah, I just did buy, they had Warble on sale at Michael's. I think it's still on sale. So Michael's sponsored this podcast because it was like $30 for Warble. And that's so cheap. And then I bought some EVA foam. So I'm going to be working on some stuff again and crafting again. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be fun to be back because buying is still okay. Buying a costume is still valid, but I do
Yeah,
want to get back into the creative side of things and doing more of that.
yeah. No, it's just funny hearing you talking about that because it's like, I mean, even though, I mean, maybe you do remember, like we started cosplaying around at the same time. It's just like, but now we're like, we're seeing like cosplay hit the mainstream, and you're seeing people like, uh, SKS props, Yaya Han, like they've
Mm-hmm.
been able to bring some of these materials to like their, like your Joanne, your Michaels, like it would just, I didn't remember how wild it was seeing like cosplay materials like at a fucking Michael's, like at all
Oh my
stores.
god, I know. I used to have
But
to
it,
buy the car mats at Walmart to get EVA foam, and now they have them in rolls. Are
yeah,
you
well,
kidding me?
I explicitly remember buying Warbler through Yaya Han's site because she was
Yeah,
getting them from Germany
yeah.
when Kamui like first introduced the whole material to the cosplay community back then. So it's just wild to see how far it's come.
I know it's so much more accessible now, which is so
Oh yeah.
amazing. Like I was living the other day at Michael's. I was like, this is so cool. Like I don't need to, I don't need to buy kid mats at Toys R Us. I can just go to Michael's and buy a roll of this stuff. It's insane.
Yeah. Or you like pick and choose whatever fabric from Yaya Han's fabric line you want to grab at Joann's. It's like nuts.
It is so crazy. But the thing with it is it's so much more accessible now, but as we get older, it's so much harder to find the time to make it. So you have these cosplayer creators that do this full time and they're able to whip costumes out in a week. And I'm sitting here like, I need to buy this stuff now because I can't keep up with them because I don't do this full time. And so
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you think like that's probably the only downside? And like, 'cause I feel like it is for me. Where I have an issue where like when it comes to streaming, and I know you talked about how like it takes time. It's just like I get winded after 2 to 3 hours, and I know some people that
yes.
they do it full time and they're streaming 8 hours a day. Like, how in the frick do you have that energy? How?
Well, I think it's different when you can put everything into it because you think like
Yeah,
I'm in the office for 8 hours, that's tiring, and then you come home to stream for 2 hours, you're done.
yeah. No, I mean like I typically like I recently switched over, so like eventually I will get back into streaming. Like I think I'm waiting on a couple of. I think I want to get back into it when when the new operating system comes out and then my shit will work because I tried to stream Stray and I was
Mm,
just having so many issues and I just chalked it off as it's because because I was greedy and wanted to try out the new beta and it's not making my like the capture card is not working correctly. So and like so all I know is that this new OS is going to come out in the fall, which I believe is like September, October. But then like I want to try to stream again when the new Pokemon comes out and the new God of War comes out. Those are
mhm.
in November, so I'm hoping by then I can get back into it. But like I made the jump into VTubing, and
Oh,
it's been nice that I don't have to get dressed
right.
in proper clothes or like turn on my camera. But yeah, like I would just, even though like a lot of people I know that stream full time, they do it on the weekdays. I really can't.
Right.
Even though like my current job has the flexibility of giving me the ability to work from home on 3 out of the 5 days I go to work, but they're also like, 3 hour shifts because I don't work full time yet. So I'm trying
Mhm.
to make that jump somehow, but I primarily stream on the weekends because those are like my free full energy days.
Right.
And even still, it's just like I do it early in the morning, 2 to 3 hours. I think the longest I've ever streamed was like maybe 4 hours, and that was when I was anxiously waiting for Sora to get released onto Smash Brothers that night.
It's not easy. And the funny thing that you say about that is because, I'm also working from home. And what I have to do is I've been trying to stream like Monday, Wednesday, Fridays is the goal, and then sometimes weekends.
Sure.
But I work, 9 to 5. And so 5 o'clock hits, I go shower, I take a nap if I need to. I have to get my makeup on. I have to set everything up, and then I stream for 2, 3 hours. And then it's so tiring. And that's when I chug a coffee at 6 o'clock. Um,
Yeah.
you know, and so it's hard, and also don't let it get you down. Like I built my PC and I was so excited, and then I went to stream Overwatch and it just kept crashing. So it happens,
Of
and
course it would. Yeah. Yeah. That's
you'll
how it goes.
you'll get there. It just takes time. I mean,
I
I
know.
just officially got affiliated a couple weeks ago. So I'm trying to get the partnership, but it takes time and you will get there, and don't give
Yeah.
up. But I think the VTubing you'll do really well with that. It's very big right now and
Yeah, it's
so
just a
much
matter.
easier.
Yeah, it's like I just gotta find that sweet spot because I mean I have all of the requirements for affiliate except for having an average of 3 viewers in my
Mm,
chat or in the stream. But of course, now since I've gone maybe a couple of months, I gotta essentially reset and like do the whole like stream for X amount of hours in a week or stream for X amount of days in a week, which is not a problem. I can easily do that.
yeah.
But it's just the average viewers that kills me. Like I
I
yeah.
think what will help you too is if you join Discord channels and the ones that allow you to post when you're streaming, that also helps. And then whatever's
I
trending, I
could
think,
start doing that. Yeah, I
yeah.
I have a love hate relationship with Discord. Like I can't use it. Like it's just it overwhelmed me. That's what it is. It overwhelmed me with like all these servers and there are millions upon millions of channels and it's like how the hell do I keep up with this?
Yeah, you have to like limit it. I have a Discord myself and we have so much fun in there. Hopefully my work's not listening to this, but we've been doing gambling in my server, which is taking up all of my time because I just want to like do like it's so funny because you can do like crypto and like do little slots digitally, and we also have a little gardening hub where you have like a digital plant.
Oh
That's what I spend
man.
my time doing. But yeah, Discord's overwhelming, but it can be fun if you're in the right channels, and you can make a lot of friends and a lot of connections through it for sure.
Yeah. And I'm like trying to join your server. I just gotta log in. Yay.
And then yeah,
Each
you can post your podcast on there too. I have a little area where you can it's called the power supply, I think. That's where you can
oh
plug your stuff.
this is
It's a
an
little metaphor.
interesting new captcha. Please click each image containing a horse. I've never gotten that one before. Horse, 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 horse. Okay, there's
Yeah, it's
5.
usually like a ship, like a pick the
Ship
cruise
or
ship or
ship, palm trees, stoplights,
yeah,
sidewalks.
stoplight,
Oh
horse.
God. Um, is there anything else that you in particular like want to mention or want to talk about, either cosplay crew related or anything before we work on wrapping up for tonight?
I think the only thing I can think of is you wouldn't know it and you wouldn't know to ask, but I'm actually a cosplayer with disabilities. So that has been something that I've been struggling with for the last year. Um,
Really, how? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how so?
yeah, so I've had a heart condition for the last couple years, but I was able to get it under control. Um,
Okay.
but starting last year, it was October 2nd. I remember the date exactly because it's changed my life. I was at a casino and I just felt like really nauseous, really dizzy, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I thought maybe it had to do with my heart condition because I have past of like passing out and things like that. So I was like, okay, it's just my heart acting up, whatever. I had some food and then I just felt off for the rest of the night and really dizzy, like I was on a ship. So
Right.
ever since October 2nd, I have never not felt dizzy. It's been a 24/7 dizziness. I've fallen a couple times. I have
Oh
motion
no.
sickness, vision delays. Um, I haven't driven since October 14th, I want to say. Um, and so in January, I saw this doctor in Texas because nobody could figure out what was going on. I had to start walking with a cane because I've injured myself multiple times now and
Oh,
haven't been able to walk properly. So I was diagnosed with something called triple PD, which don't ask me the scientific name because I can't tell you. It's like postural something or other,
no,
but
they're always too damn complicated. I don't
I
care. You
know.
don't need to. You don't need to explain it to me.
But it's essentially a 24-hour like vertigo. It's a neurological condition
Oh,
and they don't have an explanation for it, but the doctor assumes that I was born with it, but something had to trigger it. But it was just something that was waiting to come out, and it eventually came out last year. And also diagnosed with vestibular migraines, which is basically ear fullness, nausea, light sensitivity, a bunch of other stuff. So I have like emergency medications for that. And then I finally was able to start getting back into cosplay. I took a couple month break, the beginning of the ending of last year, I would say. I still walk with a cane. I still can't drive. It's been really rough. During VillyCon, I had my cane with me, and it was really difficult being there. But thank God I was able to sit at the booth and like relax. But I think, when was it? A month ago, you know, I'm getting all this stuff together. I'm starting to stream. I just built my PC, and I was sitting on my floor upstairs in my loft, and I fall to my side, and I can't move. I can't talk. I literally can't do anything. And so eventually I'm starting to move again, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna keep working. Like, not a big deal. And then my whole left side goes numb.
Oh no.
And I go, maybe I should go to the hospital. So I go to the hospital. The doctor looks at me, like they basically call a stroke alert, and this guy starts running down the hallway, and I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? And he looks at my face. He goes, your face is drooping. We need to get you back to a CAT scan right now, and you're getting admitted, like, immediately. And I haven't been admitted in the hospital since I was a child. So the first thing I do is I'm texting my mom frantically, like, please come to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, I'm freaking out. So anyway, long story short, they thought I had a stroke. It didn't end up being a stroke. The doctor tried telling me, like, no, you just have migraines. And I was like, sir, I don't think I just have migraines. And my mom was like, you need to do an EEG, like, right now, which, you know, just monitors the brainwaves.
Sure.
So the doctor wasn't there the day that I had that done. And the nurse ended up coming in with him on the phone. And he goes, you surprised me. You ended up having a seizure during the EEG. So I was diagnosed with epilepsy, I think 2 months ago now, month ago. I was hospitalized for 5 days. And then a week later, I had to go to a epilepsy center for another 5 days, and they just monitored me for 24/7. And so we don't have answers to everything yet. They're thinking that everything might kind of be related, but we're not sure. And I have a lot more testing to go through, but this is what I've been struggling with since last October. And it has made cosplaying and streaming very difficult, but I've still been doing it and still been trying to get through it while working full time. But it's changed a lot of it. But I think the takeaway is that cosplaying with a disability, or several disabilities at this point, is very difficult. But you know, it's I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop doing it. And you know, if there is a will, there's a way. And I think that's kind of what I wanted to say about that. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. I want to eventually make a video of the things that I've been struggling with since 2018, because I had to take a 4-year break.
Sure.
So that will eventually be out on my YouTube, I think. Just kind of a breakthrough of everything that's been going on and what I've been having to deal with. And I think that will also help a lot of cosplayers that have to deal with disabilities, invisible disabilities, and visible disabilities. So yeah, that's a little bit about that, because I know you wouldn't know to ask, because I don't promote it too much on my Instagram.
No, I honestly wouldn't. I mean, Jesus Christ, I just want to give you a giant hug right now. Good God.
Thank you.
Permission to hug you for like 10 minutes whenever I meet you at a con, please.
Permission granted.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, but I've been working through it. And then I got I call it my gamer cane. It's pink and it has a flashlight. So.
Oh.
So
all right.
Yeah.
Well, that was sort of a light conclusion to that.
It's a sad conclusion, but I think
it's a sad conclusion. But I mean, you know what? It's like you said, you're still working through it. You're still creating stuff and just doing what you can. And
And I think a lot of people need to hear that too, especially in the cosplay community, because you look at people like Jessica Negri and Yaya Han and Danica Rockwood and these people that do this full time, and it's like, how do they do it? And I feel like it makes regular cosplayers feel bad. Right, when I say regular, I mean people that don't do it full time, because they're looking at it and they're like, I can't get these things done as quick as them. I can't do it as professional as them, or whatever the case is. And it, so I feel like somebody needs to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That it's okay,
it can be demotivating, but it's like there's nothing you can do. Honestly, you just cosplay the way you want and do it at your own pace. I mean, yeah, the ones that can zoom out cosplays in a week, it's because they do it full time and they have the
Exactly.
resources and ability to do so. It's like everyone else, you're juggling a full time job or you're juggling other responsibilities, and you just try to limit your time so that you don't go insane.
Exactly. So if you don't do this full time, if you're disabled, if you have, family issues, whatever the case is, school, you're a full-time student, you got boyfriend issues, girlfriend issues, whatever the case is, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to not do cosplay all the time. And that's kind of the takeaway on that. Because I feel like people are really hard on themselves, and I know that because I was really hard on myself. And then I realized, hey, I don't do this full time. I can be kind to myself. And even if you do this full time, like, it's okay to take a break and not be 100% all the time. And so I think hopefully that helps somebody to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, same thing for me with streaming. Like, I don't do it full time. I gotta try to do my best to just view it as a hobby when I go back into it, because it's like there's really nothing I can do about it. It's just, it'll grow and it'll grow. So I just gotta be patient, and that is the one trait I do not have.
You will definitely get there, and it sucks. And Instagram and Twitter and all of that, they have not made it easier. The algorithm has gone to shit, and
yep,
it sucks, but it takes time, and you'll get there, and you're doing the things that you need to do. And I have full trust that you will grow.
Oh, I have full trust that you'll grow. You'll continue to grow too, because you're already crushing it.
Thank you. That's the plan.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, Starner, where the hell can people find you?
They can find me on a lot of places. The non-18 plus people, please turn to my Instagram. It's Starner Cosplay, all one word. For TikTok, I think it's Starner _ Don't start laughing because you know where I'm going with this.
Starner. I think I do. Hang on. Let me see if I'm right. Keep going.
Starner _ is my TikTok. My Twitter is semi-safe.
Semi-safe.
Starner _ also. Facebook is Starner Cosplay. Patreon is Starner Cosplay. That is 18 plus. Sorry. Fansly is also Starner Cosplay. I think I don't have a consistent username. I see that. It's Starner Cosplay or Starner _ YouTube Starner Cosplay. Twitch is Starner Cosplay. Lots of places to find me. If you go on my Instagram, I have a link tree. So it's all right there. It makes it super easy. I realize now that I have a lot of social medias.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No,
and then
you were not going to go to where I thought you were going to go, which means,
I think I dumbed it down because I didn't want you to be right.
Well, no, I mean, I was going to go to like.
No.
I'm doing. I swear, I'm just, oh my god.
But also, I will be back at PhillyCon next year, which I think is in January. So I will be guesting there again, and then I might be guesting at HeroCon, which is in November. But I'm waiting to hear back. But yeah, so lots of places to find me, and also my Discord. We all hang out, we have a good time, we chit chat, voice channel.
Yeah,
fun and games.
Awesome. And you can keep up with my show Cosplay Bites on your favorite podcasting platform. I am hoping, just looking at my schedule, hoping in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna get together with Momo Carino Cosplay to talk about apparently a shit ton of convention because she's got 3 right off the back to back starting next week. And then I'm also hoping to have my friend Mink the Satyr, Legend of Larcy, and Grinning Hazard to talk about Mink and Grinning's adventures at TwitchCon over in Amsterdam, as well as Larcy's adventure at PortCon. But yeah, thank you so much, Starner, for joining me. It's been an absolute treat getting to meet you and talk with you, and I hope you had fun.
Yeah, this was so great. Such a great opportunity, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate you. And this was really fun. And this is my first time being on a podcast, so I'm happy that it was yours.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Okay.
Before you start crying, gotta end it.
Gotta end it quick. Bye.